Hello, my name is Braden Reed. I am a phone technician with ShotRock, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up Find Me, Follow Me, or call forwarding. I want to start from the very basics just in case there's anybody that has never logged into Switchvox before here in this video. So first things first, we want to locate the IP address that we were provided to browse to. Yours is going to look different than mine, but you want to enter that in the search bar there and then hit enter, and it should bring you to a screen like this. It's asking for your extension number and password, so you should have been provided that as well. Go ahead and enter that. Whoops. Okay, after you get that entered, hit enter to sign in. It's going to bring you to this screen if you've never logged in before. So it should have your name, your email address. Don't really worry about any of these fields, just it does say you need to change your password before continuing, and this is just a security feature to make sure that you get to create your own password and not the default. So enter a password that you can remember, and if you ever lose that password, we can help you out with that. We can get it reset. Just let somebody know. But after we get that entered, we want to hit save. Then you can choose to save it in your browser. That's completely up to you. After that initial setup, this is the main screen that you'll typically come to. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to go to Features, Call Rules, and then on this screen we want to hit the big green plus mark here, and it wants us to name this rule. So we're just going to name it forwarding. Okay, we're going to set the rule time frame to any time, any status, save. And now it wants us to create some actions for this rule. So we're going to hit the big green plus again. And there's quite a few options here. I know it says call forward, but we actually want to use call cascade. It's just the best for this situation. So under call cascade, now we see we have some options here. Type of calls. Direct calls, queue calls, all calls. For something like this, we want to say direct calls. And then it's going to ask us what we want to forward it to. So this can be another extension in the building. If you have a colleague that you need to forward your phone to for the day because you're going to be out, or whatever the situation might be, you could enter their extension number here. Or if you're going to be sitting at another desk, whatever it is. Or if we want to send it to an external number, we would dial 9 and then the full 10-digit number. So I'm going to enter that number here, no dashes, no parentheses, nothing like that, just the full number. And we want to hit that. Okay, so that adds the number. And then now it's going to ask us how many times we want to ring the previous rule before cascading. This is basically asking how many times you want your desk to ring before the call is going to go to this number. So we have the option to do immediate or all the way up to 20 rings. So typically 3 to 4 rings is kind of the sweet spot. I would say 3 rings. So this will ring 3 times at your desk, and then it's going to forward the caller out to whatever number you specified. If you are setting up call forwarding because you're going to be away and you're sending it to a colleague in the office, then I would turn this on immediately. So this would look something like this. Say I want to send it to 1201. So this says all direct calls to my extension will instead go to 1201 immediately. Okay. We always want to turn on this attempt to preserve caller ID if it's going external. And then we just want to save the action. So now we see here we have an action, and it says cascade direct calls to 1201 immediately. So now we're going to go back to call rules with this little button here, and we should see our rule. So now it puts it down here at the bottom, name forwarding, what we named it, and it says exactly what it's doing. What we want to do is click the little green arrow next to it and drag it all the way up to the top so it's the first rule. Now call forwarding is active. No matter what, if I get a direct call, my calls are going to be routed to 1201 instead of my extension. If this is a rule we want to keep, we leave it here, and we can use this little disable marker here to disable at any time. That way we don't have to create this rule anytime we want to use it. So when I come back and I don't want my calls to be routed anymore, I would just hit this once, and it will tell you that it is currently disabled. So to turn it back on, clearly we get a different marker here. It says enable. Hit that. Now call forwarding is turned back on. You can also edit this at any time using the modify key here. If I hit this, it's going to bring up that same screen we saw earlier. We want to modify the action, and then we can change where this routes to. So let's do the external number again. I'm going to be out of office. I want it to go to my cell phone immediately. Okay. Back to call rules. I just want to make sure that took. Cascade direct calls to external number immediately. And that's it. Thank you.